everyone. Welcome to Move Well, Live Well. We get a number of people coming in here with issues regarding their shoulder. And what's going on is they're suffering from a condition known as impingement syndrome. So as they raise their hand overhead, their rotator cuff tendon underneath the shoulder right there, the acromion of the shoulder blade, gets caught and pinched. So they're having a hard time reaching overhead. Well, what we're finding with these folks with this impingement syndrome, we're finding that their shoulder blade doesn't move very well. So come with me and we're going to show you a couple of things that you can do to help that shoulder blade move better, so that way as you reach overhead, their tendon, that rotator cuff tendon, is no longer pinching into the acromion of the shoulder blade. So join me. Thanks. So the exercise we're going to show you here is to help alleviate that non-moving shoulder blade. So pretend my hands are shoulder blades, and what's happening with these folks, as they lift their arm like this, their shoulder blade stays stationary when they should move like this to allow for proper room for that tendon to move underneath the acromion of the shoulder blade. So as they do this, their shoulder blades aren't moving and they're stuck. So this is what we want you to do. We're going to have you come to a pull-up bar or a door jamb in your house. Make sure your door jamb is nice and steady. You're going to reach up and you're going to do what they call dead hang here. And then you're going to do what they call retraction and depression of the shoulder blade. So this is like you're reaching up. And now this is depression of the shoulder blade. You can kind of see my shoulder blades move as we do this. Can you see that? Right in there. Squeeze. And then you can even feel the shoulder blade squeeze between your mid-back there as they approximate to each other. And what you're doing, you're kind of hanging, and then you're also depressing the shoulder blade and then reaching up at the same time. So if you can't get into that position, you can always start like at a wall. So you can start at a wall like this. If you can't get that high up yet, you start at a wall like this. You lean forward a little bit, and then you can do retraction and in here. See that? And then as you get better and better, you can retract, forward, retract. And as you get higher and higher, you can now sink into it, just like this, and allow your shoulder blade to come up. So it's almost like you're reaching up, right? But you can see how my shoulder blades are moving up at the same time. So here, and then we're reaching up, and then squeeze, reaching up, and then depress. So you're gonna have the shoulder. So the shoulder blade should be doing this in your back. What happens is that people, that's not moving, and then they get stuck. So as you get better and better, you're here, and then you can retract, depress, and then reach up toward the ceiling, retract, depress, reach toward the ceiling. And then over time, you can get to a point where you're hanging free with your feet dangling. So before, you can support your weight with your feet, so that way there's not too much of a strain on you as you do these. So you're reaching up, and then retract, depress, reach up, retract, depress, reach up, and then as you get better, you can do a dead hang. So work up to those. There's no repetition limit. Obviously, your limiting factor may be your grip. So as you get tired, you can take a break, go back into it, and then over time, that's going to be much freer, so that way you don't get that impingement syndrome, you don't get that rotator cuff tendon pinching underneath the acromion of your shoulder blade. Anyway, if you have any questions with this video, drop it off in the comment section below. If you're new here, hit subscribe, and when you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification button, because that'll keep you in the loop with subsequent videos coming here in the near future, and that way you can continue to move well, live well. Also, I know you know people who have some troubles as they reach over, combing their hair or using the blow dryer, or putting on a coat or whatever it may be, and they're getting impingement symptoms. Share this with them. Sharing is caring. That way they can continue to move well, live well also. Anyway, we thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.